Hey, good morning, everybody. Mark Wells here with Mugley Pottery. Today I'm going to do a fairly quick video, and what I'm going to be doing is putting some wax resist on these mugs. Seems like a fairly normal process, right? Fairly quick, easy to do. However, with the Mugleys, you have a lot more concern about how the wax resist goes on. And so that's what I'm gonna do. First, I'm gonna do it on the face, 2 or 3 faces, and then I'll show you how I dip the bottoms as well. So let's get started. Today is pretty warm outside. We're supposed to get up near 100 degrees. It's July 5th. And so anyways, so much for the weather. Let's get moving with this. So I'm gonna move this camera down so it'll be a little shaky, and I believe that should be pretty close to be able to see what's going on. So let's check it out. So anyways, first thing we'll do, this right here happens to be a pilot, and so the first thing I'll do is be careful to kind of let the wax resist run over different areas. And of course, whenever we glaze it, we don't want to get it up into the face, and so we have to kind of carefully just let it run into different areas. This will not be dipped per se, like the whole mug dipped. It'll be dipped around and then up close to the face. But some of it will actually be, when I dip it, some of the face and the features will actually be in the glaze itself. So anyways, as we go, you can see I'm being fairly careful around these edges. I do want the glaze to get up close. All right, we'll get in the eyes kind of from underneath. Kind of have to judge some of it and then kind of peek at it as you go. And we'll get around the mustache, around the lip again. A little more in here. As you see, I'm kind of holding it down the whole time. And then I'll take a quick peek from underneath. Looks pretty well, pretty good. So I just set it down like that on its face. So here we'll do another one. Got another one of these guys. Yeah, well, I'm gonna pull one of these in. This one's going to be a chef, and so similar type situation. I normally will start with a hat and come around, and some of the glaze is actually going to come up around part of this features, and so you just kind of let it run to the different areas. And hopefully we don't get any on the face itself. This wax resist is not easy to get off. I guess you can burn it off. You can refire it in the bisque firing, which is not something you really want to have to go through. A long time ago, I used to use, rather than wax resist, I would do the same process on faces and such, and actually use lacquer. Dried quick, smelled pretty bad, probably not the best to use. I wouldn't recommend it now, but anyways, that's what I used to do. It worked quite well. and it all burned out. Of course, you don't want to be around the fumes as it burns out either. So anyways, all right, so we got this little guy. His face is waxed. I don't want to tip it up because it could run down. I'll take one of these I did a couple minutes ago. And as you tip it up, you can take a look then. Did I miss a few spots? Well, I'm gonna put a little more in here just in case. Overall, looks like I pretty well got that one. So this one will set aside and let it get ready for the next step. I'll do one more. There's another pilot. So I'll do this one. And start at the top. Watch how it runs over everything. Now what I've got is a rack in here. Under that rack, I actually have paper. It's going to catch it so it doesn't mess up my cart. This one we'll put a little bit more down in here, a little on that edge, and then come up over this way. And I'm going to tip him up a little bit because I want to get a little in this area right here. Now it's a fairly small brush. This is wax resist is supposed to be quick, right? Well, this takes a little bit of finesse on these guys. I'll put a little bit in under his nose, put a little bit on his lip, get a little bit underneath, mustache, and over here as well. And we set it down and let that dry. So I'm going to stop this for just a minute, and we'll come back and grab the next. Okay, back, and so let's, I've got the other set aside, and now we're going to, I want to run through how I normally do the bottoms on the mugs. So anyway, let me run this camera down. Again, a little shaky. We'll put it right in there. It's pretty straightforward, this process. What I've got here is the plate. It's an old plate. In fact, that plate I probably made back in the late 1970s. Been a while, around for quite a while. What I do, I just put a little wax resist in the bottom, and I take a mug, and here's one of the mugs that one of the chefs that I just waxed. And I mean, things happen as you do this, but what I do is I will just set it down in, and I move it over like that. And that gets the bottom, I can't quite show you, like turn it up, it'll run out. But it gives a nice little ring around the bottom. I set it to the side, grab another one, and I set it into it and carefully run it into it and then pull it out. It'll drip off a little bit, but that's fine, it all burns out in the firing. Now when the way I place it in, it does make a bit of difference. If I just pop this thing down, a lot of times it'll have a little bubble, it'll pop up, and then you get a little air bubble, and you don't want that. So you want to just kind of easily, like that, be gentle about it, and you're ready to go. This part makes it easy, okay? Now one of the things, if you want to do the bottom, glaze it, and say you turn it up, and put it on a wheel and went ahead and wax resisted just the ring, and you want to glaze there, then you go ahead and do it that way. That's fine. But on these, I leave the whole bottom unglazed. Now, anytime you're doing wax resist, like these faces and such, there's some of this I put some clear on these. It was just some clear in different locations, like on the glasses and some of the little fittings. So you want to put anything you're going to want to show up, you want to do that glazing beforehand. Now, as you go, you have to put a little more wax in because you're using it up as you go. And we'll do, say, one more. And that gives you the idea of how I do these. Now, I do the things like just plain coffee mugs and such. I dip the bottoms on that. Most time on larger things like tortilla warmers and stuff, I'll turn it upside down, and that ring, I'll grab one here and show you. This is will be a tortilla warmer, and this ring around this, what I did is just put it back on the wheel head and turned it and brushed that as it turned around, because this portion here will be glazed and as well as the rest of it. So anyways, everybody probably knew about that anyways, just watching it. So I do appreciate you watching. Like I say, just a short, quick video of how I do these, and primarily on the faces. So anyways, have a good day, and the rest of your day anyways. And hopefully see you back next time. All right, thank you very much.